Hello, my name is Jeremy from FES Training Center, and today we are going to be talking about shock. Specifically, we are going to be talking about anaphylactic shock, which is a form of distributive shock, where we have widespread vasodilation. So anaphylactic shock is a violent reaction to a substance. And so what happens is our body, it sees this substance as a threat, and so it is essentially your immune system launches all of its weapons at the exact same time. And so part of what this does is it causes vasodilation, which is going to send as much blood flow as possible to the affected area to help fight off that infection with the macrophages and all those other substances. This typically isn't a problem whenever it occurs in a very isolated area. But in an anaphylactic reaction, it happens throughout the entire body. It's very widespread, and whenever you vasodilate the entire body, it causes some really serious issues. And so another thing is, it brings up this term called relative hypovolemia. And what relative hypovolemia means is that in relation to the new size container, which is the container after the anaphylactic reaction has occurred, the volume that was normal once upon a time prior to the reaction is now not enough to support the system. So if you go back to the hypovolemia, it just means low volume. So with us being relative hypovolemia, that means that in relation to our new container, we do not have enough blood volume or enough circulating volume. So histamines are released, and what happens with the histamines is they actually cause the vessels that are already dilated to actually open up and become porous to flood the interstitial space with blood. That way it can help fight off the infection better. So what we get with this is we're actually going to notice a swelling. So you can have swelling throughout the entire body. It can be localized to a certain area, but that histamine release essentially causes that container that was already getting larger with a low relative fluid volume to actually lose more of that fluid volume. And so that is another thing that we have to worry about. Not only is our fluid leaving the container, it's actually the container is also larger as well. So part of the swelling that happens is you'll actually notice that your airway can start swelling, and that both your larynx, right there at your vocal cords, it can start swelling, and that is going to lead to something called stridor. And then you can also have constriction or swelling in your lungs, which is going to lead to wheezing. And so both stridor and wheezing, they are both musical in nature, because it's just like whenever you purse your lips and you blow air through it, you create a whistle. Stridor is a whistling in the back of the throat. Wheezing is going to be kind of like a whistling musical tone in the lungs. Alright, and so something else you have to worry about is going to be called angioedema. Angioedema is specifically it's swelling of the face, neck, and tongue. And so this can definitely pose an issue for your airway. If your patient does not get treated very quickly, this can lead to a very, very serious situation that could result in your patient's death. And then on top of that, you're also going to have urticaria. And what that is actually hives all over the entire body. And it's going to be very pronounced, very noticeable. So just to kind of recap right quick, anaphylaxis is a form of distributive shock, which means that it causes widespread vasodilation, and it causes relative hypovolemia through that. You're going to have swelling that's going to be due to that widespread vasodilation, and you're going to lose fluid out of your vessels due to the histamine release, which is going to cause your blood vessels to become porous, and you're going to notice significant amounts of swelling, which can lead to the angioedema, swelling the face and neck, and it can also lead to stridor and wheezing, which are those adventitious lung sounds, and you're also going to notice urticaria. We'll go over the treatment of these shock related illnesses at a later video, but I hope you understand anaphylaxis.